Steve Gleason's home is unlike anything most people have ever seen. It's totally automated. The doors, window shades, lights, thermostat, and more. All controlled by Steve's eyes. He gets around in his customized wheelchair, complete with the tablet that brings the world to him. He tweets, emails, listens to music, watches videos, and surfs the internet. It's what keeps him connected, what keeps him going on a daily basis.
Nothing is easy, and I need help for everything physically. I think it's hard for someone who isn't familiar with ALS to envision what I mean when I say everything.
When people see Steve in public, that appearance is the culmination of a lot of hard work. Just getting ready for the day can take 90 minutes.
Everything means brushing my teeth, showering, feeding me, adjusting a finger, or scratching my nose. Literally, everything. We have worked hard to try and replace the things that I used to love to do with new, meaningful activities.
A healthy person's daily challenges will likely pale in comparison to Steve Gleason's daily challenges. He says he struggles every day with the reality of his situation.
When I choose to see my situation as an opportunity, the rewards are incredible. I know that I'm helping inspire people with disabilities, and even people without disabilities. All people search for meaning and purpose in life.
As Steve navigates his wheelchair from room to room inside his home, the challenges are obvious. A man who was once so active and whose mind is still as active as his body once was, stuck inside that body that no longer works. He is still as sharp as ever, but responding to anything takes time and patience.
Wait, sorry.
Sometimes a sly smile gives away his feelings before he can type anything, or a slightly arched eyebrow. But otherwise, this slower pace is Steve's reality, a reality he's grown used to. If Steve ever feels overwhelmed, it's not obvious on this day. He's proud of the gadgets at his disposal. They help him live a better life while he pushes the limits of today's technology and breaks down barriers. The U.S. Senate recently passed the Steve Gleason Act, which would make the technology Steve uses immediately accessible to everyone battling ALS. The legislation is pending in the U.S. House.
It's encouraging how far we have come in such a short time. Simply put, Medicare committed a blunder when they chose to deny people like myself access to technology.
Since his diagnosis 4 years ago, Steve has been an inspiration to people all over the world. He went skydiving, he climbed Machu Picchu in Peru, and he helped ignite a firestorm of donations and ALS awareness worldwide through last summer's Ice Bucket Challenge, which raised north of $20 million.
I think the Ice Bucket Challenge was an incredible global phenomenon that helped make ALS a common name and created momentum in the ALS community.
It's all in the name of helping himself and others today, and on a grander scale, eventually beating ALS.
I don't really look at my life in terms of legacy. I prefer to focus on what's happening now. In that sense, I believe that me having ALS means that millions of people in our future will not have ALS.
Tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I talked to Steve about his relationship with his son Rivers and how they interact with one another. We'll also delve into a documentary set for release in 2016 chronicling Steve's fight with ALS, as well as his relationship with Microsoft and its groundbreaking technology that Steve uses every day.